How we doing out there, my people? Welcome to the Hello Paper Sports channel, where I cover everything Chicago Bears. And I want to get into this reaction with Colin, Cowherd. I always got something to say about Caleb, and I'm just tired of it, man. But we gonna hear what they got to say, him and Nick, and let's get into it. Let's go.
Yep. There are certain things he doesn't do with consistency. His personality isn't terribly consistent. He can get very emotional. His accuracy isn't always consistent. And my feeling is on Caleb Williams, unlike Brady, where you know exactly what you're getting, and kind of like Jalen Hurts, you kind of know what you get and know what you don't get. Caleb is a bit of a roller coaster, personality, accuracy. So as I watch him eat the Cowboys for lunch, my take is he's going to come out this week and he's going to struggle. And you just have to come to terms with he has all this horsepower. But what Josh Allen has done to eliminate the reckless, I don't think he can do. I think they're different personalities. And as I watch...
Hold on. I don't agree. I don't agree with this, what he talking about. First of all, Josh Allen was in the league probably 4-5 years before he started doing anything he talking about, and I don't see him catching attitudes. And Caleb been under a lot of distress, man, and handled it real tough, man. This kid is tough, man, after what he went through with Eberflus and all that. And now people trying to paint a narrative with him and Ben Johnson, and it's sad, man. Let's go.
Caleb, I'm like, we just have to get comfortable with the fact that he is going to drive Ben Johnson crazy about every other series. I watched Ben Johnson's body language. Caleb drove him crazy 6 times. And maybe that's just what he is.
So you pay attention to people's body language, then you judge it and put it in your words. Crazy work, Colin.
So, well, listen, it took Josh Allen 6 years to stop being a roller coaster. A guy who right now, I think, is in the midst of it is Jordan Love, who, when he's good, he's great, and when he's bad, he gives the game away to the
Tell him, Nick.
So that can be a process.
Yes.
I don't necessarily agree with you, Colin, that I think this week Caleb's going to have a down game. Where I do agree with you is he seems like, because of the right now, I would say, this sounds too harsh and I don't mean it to, but emotional immaturity. Just the fact that he kind of lives and dies with each play.
Yes.
That I think that he is the type of player who, when he is having a great game, it's going to lead to a greater game. And if he misses a few throws, it can snowball against him. So I think a lot of it has to do with how a game starts, and then does he avoid a pitfall early, and then it can be a game like we saw this weekend. So, but I also think there is a huge opportunity for the Bears this weekend. They play the Raiders.
Me too.
Then they have the bye.
Yeah.
If they can beat the Raiders and even themselves at 2-2, then they have the bye. Then the next week, Colin, is the game against the team that ended their season last year effectively in the Commanders and Jaden Daniels. They'd be coming off a bye. They'd be 2-2. So I think this is a critical spot for Caleb and Ben to beat the Raiders, steady yourself, have 2 weeks to have that, Caleb versus Jaden, Bears versus Commanders game, and then see where he's at. But I do think it's going to be fits and starts. But you've seen already through 20 games of the kid's career, the overall talent level is so high that even if he doesn't fully tighten up everything else, his floor is going to be relatively high. And if he does tighten up the other stuff, he unequivocally can be the guy that I know coming out of college, you and I both thought he would be, which is one of the very best quarterbacks in the league.
Nick Wright, first things first. I loved your Harbaugh take. I forgot. I was trying vacay. I only get a couple of days.
Definitely. I mean,
I like what Nick had to say, but it's a real bad narrative on our QB1. The hate is unreal. He say he read Ben Johnson posture. And see, he was mad. Ben Johnson ain't say that. I don't get it, man. I don't get all this hate, man. This kid still learning in a new system. The more comfortable he get, the more dangerous our Bears gonna be. But I just wanted to, everybody who got something bad to say about Caleb, I'm doing